This week on Wildcat News, we attend the musical.
We sit down with the Teacher of the Year.
And we talk with a student that has a special talent.
All these stories and more coming up because Wildcat News starts now.
Good morning, West Johnston. I'm Grayson Betts.
And I'm Miranda Bean.
Last week on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, a production took place in the auditorium.
On April 26th, the Fine Arts Department performed Cinderella. Junior Emily Altman's character was Cinderella for 2 out of the 4 performances and was pleased to find out she was going to have such a significant role.
I thought it was a mistake, actually. I thought they misprinted something, but when he told me that I did get it, I was really shocked and happy and overwhelmed.
Sophomore Casey Wortham played as the fairy godmother and the witch, but would like to play another role in the future.
I feel like I would not want the same role only because I would want to give someone else the chance. I love the role, but I would want to also experience something different because I don't know. I think doing the same role like over and over, it gets kind of old.
Altman's favorite part of performing is the emotional feeling and being able to connect herself with Cinderella.
You just get so excited and it's such a rush and the adrenaline. And in the moment you feel so confident in yourself and everything you worked hard for just comes together at the last minute. Because I really got to find myself through this role, and I got to see what I could do and how hard I can push myself.
Altman and Wortham were pleased with the cast and the outcome of the play.
It was just a great cast to be in, and they made me feel special, and they helped me along the way with anything I had trouble with. They made me feel like I was a part of something.
I think the play did so good. I think everyone did amazing. The crowd was laughing a lot more than I thought they'd be, which that made me really happy, even though I was like behind, like on stage and I couldn't see it and I was like behind a prop. But I don't know, I'm glad that everyone that came last night, I'm glad they enjoyed it.
I'm Grayson Betts, Wildcat News.
Thanks, Grayson. 2 teachers were honored last week for the hard work they do in the classroom. English teacher Brian Vanderlasky and American history teacher Alan Williams were both nominated for the 25th Annual Flame for Learning Award and attended a banquet held in their honor on April 24th. Vanderlasky was the winner of the award and received the title of Teacher of the Year.
It feels really rewarding to win the award. It's nice to be recognized for the work that happens in my classroom. I legitimately did not think I had a chance to win. I didn't prepare any comments. I didn't even think about it. I was just going to have a meal and enjoy myself and be surrounded by peers that are doing great things. So it was really nice to get together.
When the teachers began to submit their nominated practice, they stepped into the roles of students, and William shares what he learned from the experience.
I think it's a reflective practice, looking back on lessons that you've done and looking at what really went well, then having to write that out for people that don't understand how you think to be able to understand the lesson that you've created and how you implement it in your classroom.
Vanderlasky feels his students were the biggest part of him being Teacher of the Year.
None of this would work without students. So I like to put the assignment out there, and when they buy in and they make it work, they're the ones who tell me that, hey, this was good, we learned from this. I hear from former students all the time, and it's great to get that feedback that this was good, or hey, this didn't work and we need to change it, and that's just as important.
Vanderlasky and Williams share how it feels to be representing West Johnston.
Well, to be honest, there were only 20 teachers there that night. So to have West show up with 2 of those teachers, I thought was a terrific honor. And then for both of us to go home as the top 4, I think that really speaks to the quality educators that we have in this high school.
You know, we're a big team as educators within the school, within the county. So I think it just goes to teamwork. You know, I'm very proud of Mr. Vanderlasky. He's a great teacher, and I think he does a great job in the classroom, and I think it's well deserved for him to have won. I think it looks good for West to have 2 teachers that made it into the finals and to win. We have great teachers here. Maybe more will be nominated next time.
I'm Miranda Bean, Wildcat News.
Thanks, Miranda. This past weekend, a festival was held to bring the community together. Emma Pollard reports.
Every year, the Strawberry Festival draws in local businesses, food vendors, and crowds of people to enjoy the event. Sophomore Ashlyn Roberts describes why she loves attending the annual celebration.
The Strawberry Festival is pretty much bringing the community together, and so the atmosphere feels very light. It allows for like people to see like friends, and like it brings in everyone seeing new things.
To raise money for upcoming travels, the band held a fundraiser at the event. Band parent Danny Kane is glad for the band to get involved in local events.
We're also trying to be visible to the community. Many of the students live near here, so we want to make sure that we're visible to them and they know what we're doing, so we can be a part of their activities as well.
Kane describes why he thinks so many people enjoy the festival.
I think it has a lot to do with all the different businesses that are here and everybody trying to support some of the local businesses and what they do. And also get to see some of the nonprofit organizations that are out here and what they're doing. So we don't necessarily have an opportunity to do a lot of these things, so it's kind of a nice way to bring people in.
Roberts believes that the tradition of the Strawberry Festival is very important.
Having a set tradition, it's like having, whenever you have your own family traditions, it's like to pass on for generations and generations to experience. Like, it's always something that brings everyone together,
I'm Emma Pollard, Wildcat News.
Thanks, Emma. Now let's head over to Mason Butcher with the rundown.
I'm Mason Butcher and welcome to the rundown. Here's the last week's scores. Last Wednesday, varsity baseball lost 11-1 and varsity softball lost 11-1 against Cleveland. Friday, varsity softball lost 5-3 and varsity baseball lost 4-3 against Cleveland. Now for the game of the week.
Last Thursday, girls varsity soccer hosts the South Johnston Trojans for senior night. Senior Fab Martinez takes a shot outside the box to score. Senior Jenna Tomlinson makes a good defensive effort to prevent a Trojan goal. Junior Jordan Job takes the ball from a Trojan defender and assists Corey Lawrence for the goal. Senior Corey Lawrence assists Senior Fab Martinez for a goal outside the box.
You're letting yourself down, huh? And our whole school.
The Wildcats won 7-0.
Tonight, soccer is home. Tomorrow, baseball and softball are home. Come out and support all your spring athletes before the season is over. I'm Mason Butcher, and that's your week's rundown.
Thanks, Mason. As you look around the school, there are many students with musical talents. One freshman has taken her vocal skills to the spotlight. Hannah Creech reports.
At 14 years old, freshman Abby Stevens already has 43.7 thousand followers on Instagram and 380 YouTube subscribers. She is a singer-songwriter and travels to Nashville almost every month to build her music career. She says that her singing career began when she was 7 years old.
My mom entered me into Clayton Idol, which is a local singing competition a few miles down the road. And it was actually funny because Scotty had actually won Clayton Idol a few years before he went on to go do American Idol. And I ended up getting first runner-up and for when I was 7, so that was pretty cool to me because I was up against a huge range of talent. And the next day I woke up and I remember telling my parents that when the lights hit me on stage, that's when I knew I wanted to be a singer.
Stevens' YouTube channel consists of song covers, live performances, and original songs. Through her YouTube channel, she has had many opportunities come her way.
I think I started my YouTube channel probably 8 years ago. I remember the first cover we posted was Stuck Like Glue by Sugarland, and it's actually funny because right before they broke up, they had reached out to us and they wanted to use the video to put in a little YouTube video. I got to sing at the Ryman Auditorium last month for a sold-out crowd because one of my favorite singers actually recognized me in the crowd and she pulled me on stage.
When Stevens travels to Nashville, it's for an artist development program called PCG.
They grow and develop young artists. They have gigs, not really lined up for you, but if they have an opportunity that they think would best fit you, they kind of set you up for it. And then they have classes, they have trained professionals there to help you. When I first started music, I didn't really know how to put myself out there in the best way. So I think it really set a direct line to kind of help me get on track.
Stevens believes that starting at such a young age has benefited her.
Once you get going and you know how to write your own songs, you know how to play, and someone reaches out, you'll pretty much be ready, I've had a lot of people come up and tell me, you're at such a young age, you're doing so good. I remember when I was 18, 19, just figuring out who I was. It really helps starting at a young age.
Because people don't talk about her music career around school, Stevens feels as if she almost lives a double life.
My mom tells me I have a Hannah Montana life,
where it's like Nashville and here go back and forth. Like people here, they know I sing, but like they don't really talk about it, which is great because I'd rather them not, because it's not that I feel awkward or uncomfortable. It's just like, yeah, I sing. But in Nashville, like I go out on the streets and there are a bunch of other singers around and you can just kind of be more of yourself.
Stevens gives advice to those who are nervous about performing.
People are like, I want to sing, I want to do this and that, but I always get so nervous. I get nervous too, and I know a lot of people do, and I've been told a lot of times that if you don't get nervous, you're not really ready to go on stage. I guess that's just my opinion. Like if I'm not nervous, I'm like not ready to go on stage.
Stevens has a few songs out on iTunes and will be putting out new music next month. I'm Hannah Creech, Wildcat News.
Thanks, Hannah. Caroline Carlson follows up with the Cinderella audience to find out their favorite part of the show.
Can you describe your favorite part of the show? Probably the scene, like the ballroom scene with all the dancers, because I had a lot of friends in it, so it was really fun to watch that part.
My favorite part was when the fairy godmother showed that she wasn't crazy and that she was the fairy godmother, and when she provided all of the stuff for Cinderella, like the carriage and the horses, and then when Cinderella revealed her beautiful ball gown.
My favorite part of the show is probably the wedding and the ball because of how well they all work together. Just seeing it, you can see how much hard work they put into it, and to see how it all came together. It was well put together and well played out.
My favorite part was Crazy Marie walking around picking on people like she was their grandmother, and then her changing into the fairy godmother and being there like her mother.
My favorite part was when I found out that everybody came together as a family and we each did things exactly the same and we worked together.
My favorite part was when Jake pulled the bottle up onto the table and it splashed back and got onto him.
My favorite part of the show was probably the marriage, obviously, because that's the best part.
Thanks, Caroline.
Well, that's all for us this week. If you have any comments, questions, or story leads, email us at wjstudentmedia@gmail.com or send us a tweet at wjstudentmedia.
And if you want to watch Wildcat News at home, on the go, or catch up on past episodes, go to wjstudentmedia.com or subscribe to our YouTube channel. I'm Grayson Betts.
And I'm Miranda Bean. Thanks for watching and have a great week.